Oh, it's on pet. Introduce it, go on.
Hello, welcome to Toffee TV. I've forgotten how to do this.
Oh,
James is doing the cameras on his own for the first time.
what's happening?
Go on, put us on the big one. Will he? Go on. What's happening? He's having a nightmare.
Oh, where's Ned?
What's he doing? Desk. There you go. There you go.
You've done it, lad. That's all
There you
good.
go. See,
That's
you
all.
leave him for. Got him his head. Got him is very much like Everton plays to the West Ham players tomorrow. Got it. You outpsyched yourself, James.
That's all right, mate. That's all right. That's mistakes happen, my mate. Hello, welcome. It is Everton Daily Live. It is Friday, the 8th of November. And James has had the mate. James has just gone full Tyrone Mings there.
Yeah.
That's what he's done.
Yeah.
He's gone full Tyrone Mings. He's been thinking of other stuff and just picked the ball up and gone, what, a penalty? Emery said it was the worst mistake he's ever seen in his career. Don't want that, do you? Yeah. Anyway, Everton. Yeah. Everton face West Ham United at the London Stadium tomorrow. There you
Just double checking.
another person in the room.
Just double checking.
West Ham away tomorrow. Difficult game for Everton. Should the Toffees change their system, Pedro? Go to 3 at the back. I know you haven't done your starting 11 yet.
No.
So we might get an insight. But what would you do? Would you... Oh, all right.
All right.
What
Okay.
would you do?
Okay.
Is
right.
it a possibility?
No, right.
Because they do play 3 at the back.
It all depends on what the motivations are for going to 3 at the back. That's my concern. If it's a genuine tactical thing that he wants to do, and tactical and Sean Dyche, then crack on.
Yeah.
But if it's a thing to just keep Michael Keane in the team,
all right, hang on.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Let me dive in 2 foot of here. Right. Do we honestly believe?
Yes, I do believe.
wait.
I believe, right,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I believe
Okay.
that the manager is protecting the senior players.
Okay.
I think I've seen this under Martinez. I think he's protecting the senior players
Who are protecting him?
who will protect him,
Okay.
and that's my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay.
So,
I'm not saying
and I've
you're
seen
wrong.
it before in football. Seen it under Martinez.
I'm not saying.
So if that's his thing, then we'll see.
Yeah.
But if it's not, it's not.
I think what I'm saying here is, I don't know if just to keep Michael Keane happy, he'd play 3 at the back. He might. I don't know. I don't know him, do I? I'm just saying. I think if he looks at it and goes, I think we'll be better with 3 at the back. Like you said, that's all right.
But why now?
Because 4 at the back's not
Because
working.
actually, our defensive record isn't that bad in the last 6 games.
Well, the season's 10 games.
No, I know, but in the last 6 games, our defensive record isn't that bad.
I wonder if he'll just... Brantwaite won't play.
No, it wouldn't surprise me.
So...
Banter's
Okay.
just been called up to the England under-21s, by the way. Which is hilarious, isn't it, when you think
Well, it's
about
mad because he was going to play... He was down to play an under-21 game in this break.
He's playing for England under-21s.
Okay, fair enough. But that's good, in a way. Because he should be playing... He's getting recognised internationally. Okay, do I think Carsey should have had him in his main squad? Well, it's hard because he's played 1 game. But it's good that he's been recognised internationally.
Yeah.
I think if the manager is looking for a different... It might not be a defensive thing, though.
Yeah.
Because what he might say is, well, though, we're not winning. We've won 2 games of football, 20% of our games. It's an atrocious record, right? And he might be going, well, I'm just looking at different ways to see if we can win a game. So we're going to go to 3. For me, what would be key is who his wing-backs are. Because if he goes with Michalenko and Ashley Young, then it's 5 at the back.
5 at the back.
Trying to get a 0-0 draw or something. And it's a win game for me, this one. These are panicking. There's a reason why Lopetegui is under the under massive pressure, as Big James mentioned yesterday.
Oh, I thought you meant Big James being under pressure.
Oh well, he's under pressure with doing the full Tyrone Mings. El Sakiko, you know what I mean? Both managers are under pressure. I don't care what anyone says about Dyche being impregnable or no one can touch him. I don't believe that.
No.
I think he is under pressure, and I think Lopetegui's under pressure. Therefore, a draw's not really helpful to either, really. You can go, well, no, I'll take a draw. Okay, I'm not saying you're right or wrong if you accept the draw. But I think this is a game. Don't forget, West Ham play tomorrow. No Kudus.
Yeah.
No Big Fulky. Big Fulky's not playing.
Well, I'll be honest, I wasn't particularly worried about.
You love
I know. I love the experiment. The same way I want Chris Wood to sign for Man City.
Okay.
I just want to see. I just want to see chaos. I just want to see chaos.
And they've got no Alvarez.
Yeah.
Right. So they're not at full strength. They do have dangerous players. Antonio, just because he's a batter and ramble. Somerville and Bowen, I like the pair of them. So there is. We have got to watch out for that. But they're not playing well, which is why they're under pressure. So therefore, for Everton, why can't we go and win there?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if the manager's looking and going, we're going to play 3 and we're going to go for it with a more... If he had, say, Dwight McNeil at left wing back.
Yeah.
And, he will be Ashley Young no matter what. So Ashley Young at right wing back. And then he had 3. And one of them was in GI and he had 2 strikers. Or he had GI right up. You'd go, at least he's he's gone on... He's playing a different way. He's having a look if he can get a result. Yeah. If we just line up again like we have been, and Brantwaite's on the bench and we get beat, then he's like, what would his thinking be? That's what my question to him. What's you thinking? Because it's not working. Saying we've lost once, we've lost 2 games in 6. Great, or 1 in 6, whatever. We haven't won any games, mate. No. The name of the game is winning. Knowing. Abba said
winning a game's football, but
that's you know what I mean. And then going into December, which we know on paper looks really difficult.
It's motivation more than anything. Motivation. Something's just been percolating in my brain, and I've just got to get it out before we move on, right?
Is this from Rana Tower?
It is. Has anyone ever seen you two in the same room as Gary Barlow and his son?
Me and James?
Yeah.
Have anyone seen me and James in the same room as Why would we be?
Because I'm thinking that you two are like Gary Barlow and his son, essentially. I've looked at you together, I'm thinking, that's Gary Barlow and his son.
That's because James is tall and I'm not tall. That's really what you go for.
It's just that next to you, he looks freakishly tall. He's not freakishly tall. Just next to you, he looks...
but that's just like saying you next to me.
But he's bigger than me. Well, only with his shoes on.
I'm not being funny. If I put James's training on, I'd be bigger than you.
But I just wanted to... That's been percolating, and you know what I'm like? When something's in my mind, I have to get it out.
I want you back.
I have to speak my mind. So I just wonder if anyone's ever seen those 2 people in the same room as these 2 people. I haven't. I've never seen Gary Barlow.
I've never been in a room with Gary Barlow or his son. So there you go. I
just wanted to get that out there.
Fair.
If you watch yesterday's Round the Tower, Baz did discover Gary Barlow's son for the first time. And it was I love breaking news like that. I love breaking news to people going, you heard about this? No? Seen this? That's Baz's face.
It was unbelievable.
It's just like, what a day.
He was just big, wasn't he? Well, he is just big. He was just big. Now he's not. He's just big.
What a day for it, though.
Incredible.
Breaking
Incredible.
news.
Happy Friday Blues. KC, have a great weekend. Hopefully Everton win. And don't ruin your birthday weekend, mate.
With the band?
Let's hope it is Sunshine with them tomorrow. The Sunshine Band have turned up for them.
Only a certain amount of people will get that joke.
Of course they will. And why not? George, who's a YouTube member, says, how would you play a 3-4-3, Young, Tarky and Brantwaite? No, if Young's playing, he's got to be right wing back. You can't. Ashley Young can't be a centre back. You could play Mikalenko, but you'd put Brantwaite, Tarkov, and it'd be Keane, wouldn't he? He's not. Listen,
if you do it though, don't
if
you?
If we go to 3 at the back, it's Michael.
If you
Keane.
do it, don't you have to go balls deep though? Don't you have to play Patterson as right wing back? No, but if you're going to do it properly... No, if you're going to do it properly,
Patterson's in. Of course he's
going to do it properly.
But it'll be Young.
I just don't think Michael Keane's quick enough to play in a 3 at the back. Personally, and I'm not being anti-Keanist, I'm just saying it as it is. I don't think he's quick enough. I've seen someone in the comments there mention the Wolves game the last time we played 3 at the back. I really don't use that as a stick to beat them. I just think that day they were just out on their feet and the squad was...
Because he basically played 11 players.
Yeah, it was decimated, wasn't it? And because
all season not in the game.
And if he plays,
play
I think, aren't we the club who've played the oldest players this season or something like that? Yeah. So again, it has its toll. It takes its toll on players if you're not moving team players around. As I said, it all comes down to motivations with me, and if you're someone who's always played 4 at the back, Why switch it? Because suddenly there's a difficult decision to be made. Which, let's be honest, right? 95% of the fan base don't see it as a difficult position. 95% of the fan base want Branthwaite before they want not just Michael Keane but James Tarkowski. For 95% of this fan base, I believe. And listen, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I haven't got my ear to the ground. But I believe 95% of the fan base would have Jarrod Branthwaite as the first name on the team sheet.
Absolutely.
So if that suddenly become a difficult decision for the manager, then again we've got a problem. We've got a problem in that situation where for other managers these are fundamentally the easiest decisions they make. Best players go in the team no matter what. I don't buy into, subscribe to, follow the notion of if you've had a good game, you stay in the team. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't. Sunday League, that might work, but at the top, there's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy. We don't do for goalkeepers, and we certainly shouldn't do for centre backs. If you got your best player available, you play them. Best players don't sit on the bench. I'm sorry. And for a club like Everton on 9 points after 10 games, your best player moonwalks back in the team. Literally moonwalks. So
he didn't do himself. Just before we carry on, just seen something there that Zoe's place hit the 5 million.
Yeah, just seen that,
raise, which is fantastic. Incredible effort by everyone.
Without either of the football clubs getting involved, which is a bit weird.
Strange.
Weird. But throw them both under the bus.
There you go. So well done, everyone. You contributed, backed it on all of that. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Because Branthwaite would get in. Most teams, most clubs would have him. West Ham, if he was a West Ham player, they'd have him straight back in their side.
Seen him. I think he's done a podcast this week. Begovic with Sam Allardyce. Saying Branthwaite can literally do what he wants, go where he wants, be as good as he wants. He's that good. And we've got a fella sitting him on the bench.
I think he might play him tomorrow.
No, I think he might play him. But I think it has to be I think if it is in a 3, it's just about the motivations, that's all.
Emma says you think they know he's going in January, so they're limiting his game time.
But why though? How does that help us?
I don't believe
How
that.
does that... I don't believe that. That's a
thing.
thing, I think, that's out there in the consciousness of fans to justify things. It's like a conspiracy theory thing, isn't it? Where it like makes you feel better about something. I don't think that's ever existed, really. Apart from like maybe players who are running down contracts and want to leave, and you can punish them. But I honestly don't believe that's a thing. Why would you punish yourself? Surely if the best way to do it is sell a player for £70 million or in the summer. That's Everton have already sort of basically come out and said they sold Onana for basically £10 million less than they thought he was worth because they wanted to get a deal done.
And they wanted to keep Branthwaite.
So he's our player, he's a professional footballer. The manager yesterday come out with some line about like, well, I didn't really want to play him and then I did play him and then he got injured. So this time I'm being a bit more for me, Danny says, well, what about Onana? No, the manager just simply didn't like Onana because guess what? He had talent and a bit of attitude and he didn't like him. The manager likes having 2 players sitting in front of the back 4. That's his de facto. We went away to Brighton and those players barely touched the ball. But what they did is they screened the whole back 4 for 90 plus minutes and it nearly worked. Well, it should have worked. We were against 10 men. For 90 plus minutes, he had 2 players. They barely touched the ball that day, but they screened the back 4. And he'd rather have 2 players who barely touched the ball in front of the back 4 than 1 player who might get us going up the pitch. Didn't like Onana because Onana really can only play that position on his own, like a lot of modern day centre midfielders who screen on their own. But I take your point.
John McCulloch says, can't believe the dinosaur is going to force 2 potentially world-class players out of the club in Onana and Branthwaite. Dave Witch is being a little bit mischievous here. Says, would you rather go on a 2-week all-inclusive holiday where you had to spend all your time with them with A. Sean Dyche, B. Nigel Farage, C. Philip Schofield. I'd go with Scoey because I'm too old.
Do you know what? That was the exact thought that run through my head. I'm too old.
I don't think he'd be interested.
No, we can't take James with us.
Farage.
No, Farage. I'd probably get locked up if I was near that man.
I'm Big Sean. I'd just be scared of what he was going to say. I wouldn't want to hear the stories about Michael
I'd just tell him to put his headphones on and chill out and listen to the Blossoms or something. Do you know what I mean?
He could do
So
that.
do us a
So it
favour.
mightn't be too bad.
You just throw any spare tickets going, Sean. Believe it, you've got tickets for everything.
Contracts for the concerts. So he might be all right. Maybe it'd be Dyche you'd go with.
Graham Rodger, though, throwing another curveball in. He said it's Gordon the Gopher going.
Well, if Gordon's going, I'm going with Dyche. Me and Sean.
What? Sean Dyche and Gordon the Gopher?
No, the Gopher's not.
Oh, I see. That's an extra thing on Phil.
Yeah,
Big
Phil. I could probably handle Phil on my own.
Do you ever see Phil Schofield and Gary Barlow in the same room at the same time?
He's too old.
Yeah, but he's got a son.
I want you back. I think he said, Casey said.
Imagine how big his hands are.
If Gary
Do you know
Barlow.
what I mean? You ever seen like pictures of Andre the Giant's hands? They're massive.
Casey said if Gary Barlow was listening. I've lost it. Where's it gone?
Gary Barlow might be listening.
Yeah.
I believe he likes gegging in on Everton.
If Gary Barlow's listening, whatever Ped said, whatever he did, he didn't mean it.
No, I did mean it. Can I just tell you, I fucking hate Gary Barlow. Like, fucking hate him. He ticks every box that I hate. Like, literally, I hate Gary Barlow. Hate him with a passion. Honestly, can't stand the man. Remember him on his little piano for David Cameron? Prick. You can tell I haven't really spoke this week.
Anyway.
You like a bit of... You've been to take
I like take
haven't you?
that. I like take that. No problem with it. I don't really like...
You just don't individualise. You see them as a combined unit.
It's just there and I like some of the songs.
So it's like if it was a back four with Ashley Young in and they were...
And they done well, I'd just go... I
I
don't dislike Ashley Young, though. I just think I'd rather have Patterson, but, it is what it is.
But if you had a back four and it was working really well, and you had like...
I just see it as a collective.
Mussolini, Trump and Hitler in it, would you be prepared to go?
Like,
we're getting loads of clean sheets.
Yeah, probably. If it was doing the team,
do you know what I mean?
Job, yeah. If it was doing
would you have to have? Would like God have to be playing left back or Jesus?
Yeah, to balance
balance it out.
It wouldn't have to necessarily be Gabriel Jesus. He's shite. But,
Gandhi,
if you got Gandhi'd be one. Gandhi'd be there.
Be hard, no flip flops though, wouldn't it? Get up and down.
Don't know, because your feet soften up. You'd have soft feet, Tim.
Would it be better just to wear no shoes?
Yeah.
Fair play.
Gary Ward says
spaces.
There'll be no difference, and therefore it'll be terrifying. Brian says, why is 3 at the back being considered? It doesn't work for us. You don't know if it works for us. That's why. This thing of we'll just end up playing 5, we might, but I do hate this thing of like 3 at the back doesn't work for us. Like we played it for 3 years and we couldn't get it right.
SB says Ped, Danny Dyer or Gary Barlow. I love Danny Dyer. I think Danny Dyer's great. I really
I like him in Rivals.
I really like Danny Dyer. I think he's boss.
You like him ever since he called David Cameron out. That's all. Before then, you hated him.
No, because before then I had an image of him, but now he's dead sound fella.
Okay. Hackon says, fearing the worst and hoping the best. Hope the takeover is done before the international break's over. Brian Owen says, hypothetically, let's say we did. What formation are you playing? 3-5-2 or 3-4-3? Personally, I play 3-5-2. I think you get 2 lads right up the top end of the pitch. You're putting them... West Ham play 3 at the back, don't forget. You're putting them under pressure by having 2.
We're playing.
Of course it will be. But Blue Keeley says 3 at the back is just to keep Keane in the team, like Ped said. Everton Viking said he wouldn't be changing the system for tactical reasons as he has no tactical brain. He'd be changing it to keep his sons and his mates in the team. This is the same fella who quite literally nearly got us relegated because of playing Keane no matter what until he had no other choice. Be careful, mate. People will come after you. Garrett says compared himself to Pep earlier in the season. Now he's compared himself to Carlo. It'd be funny if it wasn't so tragic. The guy is clutching at more straws than a masturbating scarecrow. Never heard that reference, ever. But you know what? Masturbating scarecrow.
That's worst. That's the worst thing than anything I've ever said in my life.
Masturbating skits? No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's not. Evan Viking
air.
says, I'm genuinely just sick and tired of people making excuses for Dyche as well, or wanting to give him more time. He isn't the man for now, and he certainly isn't the man for the future. He's a clown. Sconhead says, if he plays Branthwaite and 2 up top, we won't lose. There you go. Good. Let's do that then. Blue Keeley says, even if we win, I still want Dyche gone. Every time I hear him, he pisses me off even more. Okay. We need to win no matter what, don't we?
Yeah.
Derek says, hi guys, I really think Everton should give Dyche the boot regardless of the West Ham results. Offer Moyes the job for the remainder of the season with the offer of a Doff position. Don't think Moyes wants to be a director of football, to be honest, but I don't believe Kevin Thirlwell should be kept on after this season. If that doesn't suit Moyes, give him 18 months. As for Graham Potter, will be a good appointment for us, but not until the summer, as the team we had wouldn't be able to implement his style of play with so many new players needed. In the summer, they could get players to play his way. This was what Fletcher said the other day, didn't he?
Thirlwell's staying, isn't he? He's going to be staying, I think.
Sure. I thought he would be, but I don't know.
I think he'll.
Maybe.
I just think there's too many moving parts. Even if you just give him a couple of years and just let him crack on with doing what he's doing for next season, I think.
No, I'm not saying he should go. I'm just saying, I don't know. But maybe just wait until the takeover and then it'll all be sorted. Mark says, remember Rafa putting Rondon in the number 10? If McNeil is out, I can see Keane in the number 10. From our genius leader. Blue Keeley says Pickford and Branthwaite the easiest first 2 picks in the team. Everton Viking says, I don't care if Keane has been playing okay. You're just not being an utter disaster is okay for Keane. Tarkovsky and Branthwaite should be the pair and O'Brien should be the third. It's as easy as that. Blue Keeley, Branthwaite should be in the team and he's fit, even if he did a Royston Trent at the training ground. Okay. Bill says, will McNeil be fit? It won't matter, he'll be playing, won't he? Blue Keeley says, not playing Branthwaite would devalue him if anything. We can't afford to do that. And Bill says, ridiculous to me if Branthwaite doesn't play. He opens himself right up if we lose 2. This reeks of Groundhog Day when Lampard lost his job at the London Stadium. And there was some rumours, and I reiterate, it is just pure rumours that Macheri was going to the match tomorrow.
Well, it's in London, isn't
remember last time he turned up at the London Stadium.
Probably do a good scran, don't he?
I reckon that's all it is. I reckon
definitely.
He goes, the scran is boss there.
Yeah,
I'm going.
Defo. He's right. Fair play to him, though. If there was a good scran going, when you have the opportunity, you'd go, wouldn't you?
No. We've gone watch the footy. Jay says, noticed last night, James sounds like Wayne Rooney. I don't.
Just scouse, innit?
I don't think
just scouse. James, put your mic on. Just put the mic up. Do you sound like Wayne Rooney? You can pull that mic towards you if you want.
I don't think I sound like Wayne Rooney.
There you go. Make your own mind up. Does he sound like a young...
Just say a bit more. You might.
Yeah.
Ped's opinions are spot on with Dyche, says Jay. So what he gives you with one hand, he takes... what he takes away with one hand, he gives you back. Yeah. Brian says there are more and more Brians on here, a sign of increasing intelligence in the membership. Okay. Fair play, Brian.
I didn't know. I think that's just more probably people of a certain age. Has anyone since 1985 been named Brian?
Don't know.
No, I'm just saying. I just think don't think it's a name most people are calling their kids.
There was a thing the other day saying that Barry's come back. There was like a few, because we'd had this thing in ours where
no one's called Barry.
Yeah, everyone they basically taking a piss. No one's called Barry, but more and more Barrys on shows and stuff have been popping up, and I'm like, loads of people are called Barry. But
do you think it's just they're not their real names, and they've decided to take the showbiz name Barry, like you?
That'd be good.
Your real name is Gareth.
I'd be good as a Gareth, I think. I don't know why. Jay says, Baz, my 4-year-old nephew's been learning Spanish at school. He just can't say please, though. That's poor for football. Yeah, that's terrible for football.
Fuck off. Have you really just fell for that joke?
No, I haven't fell for it. I've read it out because Jay's jokes are horrific. They're horrific.
Felt like you fell for it.
As if I'd fall for Jay's jokes. There's even a thing that says Jay's jokes incoming.
Jay's jokes?
Siren now.
Okay.
Jay's jokes.
Yeah.
Gav says if Dyche loses against West Ham, I think it's curtains for him. Rob Vanman, who's a YouTube member, says sack Dyche tomorrow, win or lose.
Why
People
not?
are having the thing.
People are
Do
having
we
this, eh?
reckon, John McCulloch says, do we reckon Gary Barlow's son could do a job in a back three?
He's got a look at Michael Keane, though, his lad.
I think he'd be more
He
aggressive.
does have a
He's
look
a
at
big
him.
lad, though, him,
He
isn't he?
does,
That's a
does.
jogging out and you go, oh, for fuck's sake, the size the centre back there.
I'd be happy with that. Doesn't look nimble
back
on his
here,
feet.
I know.
Doesn't look nimble.
No, he doesn't look like he... I think if you get in behind...
Yeah, get round the back.
Yeah,
Like John
get
Barnes
round.
said.
John Barnes told you
Told you.
all
Then
those
said,
years ago.
and he said, out to drink some Lucasade. Isotonic Lucasade.
Isotonic, look at it. Gets to your thirst. Fast.
That's it, yeah.
He told you.
That's what he says.
Told you. Gets to your
That's
thirst.
it.
Fast. The thirst. B says, went to school with O'Brien. And he was born in 97 or 98. Mark Cody says, Pickford, Patterson, Tarkovsky, Branthwaite, Young, Lindstrom, Garner, Decore, Harrison and Di Beto. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's very attractive. Hang on, you've got Lindstrom, Decore, Harrison and Jai and Beto in your starting lineup.
We've had a poll on our community tab on YouTube for 23 hours. It expires in an hour.
What's it say?
Should Sean Dyche be sacked if Everton lose on Saturday? Over 1,000 people have voted. And 81% say yes.
Okay.
So, get involved.
Tom O'Reilly says, what points total do you reckon we'll have on the 29th of December? I'm saying 16. Given that, so he thinks we're only winning 7 more points between now and the 29th of December.
I think...
Couldn't tell people the right or wrong, could it? Which is back in the comments and says, Dyche going on a Jolly Boys outing to Portugal mid-season, allegedly slapping Patterson. And all he came back with a lousy t-shirt and no new tactics.
I mean, it was quite a while ago now.
Was a while ago. SB says the Daley Thompson Lucasade advert was much better,
Yeah.
sorry. Iron Maiden playing in the background.
Yeah. Wasn't there a Lucasade advert that had that
Didn't I just say?
Seashells Sanctuary? Which,
Can't remember.
of course, was somewhere in Evertonian.
I can't remember.
Okay,
To be honest.
that's fair.
Casey says having Gary's son playing for Everton, surely that's setting the bar low. He's gone full J. Full J. Let's see in here. Silas says, which historical dictator are we putting up front then with Hitler, Mussolini and Jesus as a back three?
Genghis
You
Khan.
started it. Big Genghis
Genghis Khan, mate.
Yeah.
No one's stopping Genghis.
He didn't piss about Genghis Khan. He caused uproar.
And he could get over that wall. So imagine on free kicks. Just bending it round the
Bending
Great
it.
Wall. No
Buttons
problem
on.
at all. Telling you. Big Genghis.
Fair play.
25 goals a season. No problem with Big Genghis.
Richie No Limits says Patterson's too slow for right back. He's only got a good delivery.
Are you actually on some kind of medicine? Have you seen who our right back is? Are you telling me Ashley Young could beat Nathan Patterson in a race? Really? I think I'd beat Ashley Young in a race. Genuinely. I'm still fast.
Okay. Richard says we look worse than all the past 3 or 4 seasons. Maybe the players are just a bit bored with what they're doing. Maybe, I don't know. Tom O'Reilly says, how about Vlad the Impaler in goal? Why not?
Why not?
Why
Wouldn't
not?
it?
No one can say. Andrew Bowen says, makes me laugh in training videos, players doing one-touch football, and then in the game, Dyche sells them to hoof. It made me laugh in the summer in the small-sided game when they were whacking 70-yard passes in a game that you're supposed to keep on the floor. That just sort of went,
Yeah.
okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing? Don't forget, the stuff you see them doing is the first 10 minutes of the session, which they're allowed to film. So it's, and I know this, another manager had done this, which was like, make sure everyone's smiling This isn't Sean Dyche. Make sure everyone's caught smiling and doing this little thing. And then once the cameras were off, it wasn't Sean Dyche.
It's like when you get like when teams are in Europe and all the TV companies get like 10 minutes to watch them train, and for in the 10 minutes they don't do anything.
No.
It's 10 minutes extra, and they're told
B-roll, innit?
knock it round, be smiley, and then the minute they go, then the 10 minutes the manager just goes go, and every proper training starts.
Mark says, think if we could score first, the crowd could turn on. Let's have it right. They're under pressure, aren't they? They're not playing well. They've won the last 2 home games, granted. If Everton could get in front, then their crowd, we know what their crowd can be like. So this is a game that I think Everton come. I think they should be looking at this thinking, if we get ahead, we can win this game, because they aren't playing great.
This is must win for them as well.
Yeah, absolutely it is. I mean, it's literally all over the press down there that it's must win for Lopetegui, or he'd be on his way. So Everton can win this game, and let's hope they do. You know, go there, get themselves in front, make the right decisions. You know, when you're on when you are, because we will play on the counter. Of course, we'll play in the counter attack. Make the right decisions, and we won there last season.
We did.
You know, so there's no reason why we can't come do it again. They seem to be better at home at the moment, of course.
Wouldn't that be lovely, just knowing that your home form is like your backbone?
Yeah, maybe we just don't have that, do we? We don't have that. I mean, last week they went with the 3, Mavropanos, Tadibo, Kilman, Wan-Bissaka, Emerson. So we could say back 5 at times. Alvarez, he's not there. They had Rodriguez, Paqueta, then Bowen and Somerville. Like I say, they've won the last 2. 4-1 and 2-1 against Manchester United at home. So we have to be careful, but we'll get chances. Can we take them? You know, we can't be doing what we've done of late, which is missing, you know, chances when we get them. We can't be sloppy like we've been. You know, last week defensively, I know Southampton are really poor. They've got nothing, and yet they could have scored a couple of goals. Fulham, I know everyone looks at that Fulham game and goes, you know, we got a point in the end, but they had 3 really good chances in the first half. They were on their own. There's no sort of organisation. Newcastle, I keep saying it, they weren't very good at Goodison that night. They had no striker. They were there for the taking. Where if Isaac would have played, he'd have put a couple of them chances Gordon missed, and then we'd have lost that. So we've got to tighten up everywhere, all over the pitch, and see what we can do on the counter attack. Because we're not big scorers, are we? Because we don't overcommit. So it's definitely an opportunity for Everton, but a defeat, you know, a defeat's almost unthinkable tomorrow. Yeah,
it is,
because we've won 2 games, and I can't reiterate that enough. It's shocking. B says, give it to Giggsy till end of the season. Well, Giggsy's out pushing his baby. He's got a new baby, apparently. Bouncing around pushing a baby in a pram, so I'm not sure he wants the Everton job for now.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? You know, babies are like, you can't just go, well, you know, I'll go manage Everton for a bit and you got the baby. It can't be done. See, now it can. Dun, 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 da, 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 da.
Fair play.
Tom says, think Dom will run his contract down. So should we let that happen, or try and sell him in January and put anything we get towards a proper goal scorer? We can only sell someone if an offer comes in, can't you?
Yeah.
And
that is facts.
It depends what it is. If someone offered Everton 15 million in January for Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I'm not convinced they'd take it, especially if we're in a difficult position, because they'll be thinking we need everyone to make sure that we stay up. We need goals. Dom is a threat as well. So I think they're more likely to say, I'm happy, we're happier to allow him to walk out the door for nothing.
Yeah.
Rather than to risk selling him now.
It's the value, isn't it? The value of what he's worth. Compared to him staying, so.
Stephen Lee says, hello lads, hope you're well. Sorry I haven't been on much with my mental health. Hope you're feeling better soon, Steve. Says, any news on after takeover, yeah, and PS Bramley Moore's looking brilliant. But it's Everton new stadium, get that right. No, apparently there's stuff out today, isn't it, that Everton have appointed consultants to help with them get a search for a CEO and a couple of other things. So things are moving. It's just it's probably 2 or 3 weeks away. Maybe not 2, maybe more like 3 or 4 weeks away from completion now. It does feel like they're coming into the last knock-ons of it now. And they're up to the point where they're trying to appoint staff now, which I think's really good, really positive. So yeah, it seems like it's on course. Danny, who's a YouTube member, says Dyche wouldn't play Gary Barlow's son even if he promised to take that ticket. Dyche would say he's not Premier League ready.
I mean, he'd be factually correct.
He would be factually correct. I wouldn't expect Sean Dyche to go to Gary Barlow's son. You're playing without the nuts and the bolts. I just wouldn't expect it.
I just don't think Sean Dyche would go to a Gary Barlow concert or a Take That concert.
No, so I don't know though. You never know, do you? You never know, but it doesn't seem like it is thing.
No.
Who
knows?
I mean, you never know, do you? Dyche hates wingers. Okay. Says, if Dyche was to take over Man City next season, how long do you think it'd take him to get rid of all the quality out the team and be stuck in a relegation battle?
I don't think he would. I think he'd play them all, but they'd all still play like 5-4-1.
Just boot it along.
Erling Haaland would be like standing 20 yards away from the next Man City player.
That's insane. Ederson, just boot it along. He wouldn't be happy with that, I don't think, would he? Daniel Rice says a proper goal scorer would come to this Everton team and no longer be a goal scorer. Yeah. It is. We do sort of do that with some people. You know what half the problem is, though? Who asked that? Was it Daniel, wasn't it? The problem is, Daniel, what I think Everton have done, and this isn't only Everton because other clubs do this as well, they watch a lad who's scoring goals for someone doing really well, and they never, ever look and go, do we do the things that they do for make him put the ball in the back of the net? So they'll, you go and get someone who's like on the half turn and you're threading in behind Everton to get him and just kick it along and go, why are you not scoring goals? You're not very good. And a few teams do that. It's not just Everton, by the way. It's like, there's a lot of reasons why players will score goals. You have to look and go, are we going to play a similar style to what he's doing right now? Can we get him the ball in those right zones where he's putting the ball in the net now? We had a case in point on Saturday. We've got the best header of the ball in the Premier League, bar none, in Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Pep Guardiola said this, one of the best in Europe. He said, if not the best in Europe, Guardiola said that, at leap and heading the ball. So wins, Zach gave me a stats the other day, it's like 90% of his aerial battles he wins or whatever, or certainly around the box. And the manager said he took him off, put Beto on, and instructed people to get crosses into Beto because we had him on the pitch. But why is that not the instruction at 1 minute to 3 when you're going out? Get balls into the box for Dom to attack
all
it.
week for that?
I don't get it. It's like having someone who's dead quick and you know that if you're threading through balls, he's in with the keeper all the time and then going, lads, no, build up slow. Only give him the ball in the box when he's got 4 men on him. You do the thing that gets the best out the player. And I think sometimes we've got players as a fan base and we're that desperate for them to do well. We've ignored all the stuff that goes around them because they're not doing what they did do or whatever. But no one's really looking and going, yeah, but he didn't do that at his other club, or his other club played this way and it got the best out of him. It's so... Now everyone knows everything about every player, don't they? Yeah. Each team. So they know you might except us, yeah. You might want to run on the inside, and they know that. And you might need a certain type of ball. Well, if the team who you're playing against knows that Ped thrives on that, they're going to try and negate that. But if Ped's team, who he's going to, start kicking balls up in the air to him, and that's not what he wants, it's easier to defend.
And Jai will become less and less effective as the season goes on.
He will, yeah.
Because people will clock on what he's doing.
Well, we see him loads double up on him.
And what will happen is, and what's happening is, we won't react to that, or we haven't reacted to it. Every time Jai picks the ball up, Michalenko should be running past them every single time.
Every
Every time. That should be his one instruction. Doesn't matter whether you get the ball or not. You run past him and you create a yard of space and you take a defender with you every single time, because he'll beat that one defender on his own. But suddenly, if he's got 2 or even 3, what's he going to do? And certainly if he's 30 yards from goal, and we don't seem to do it. And it's all of those things. Like Jack Harrison's become less and less and less effective as an Everton player over his time, because the fullback never runs
Doesn't
past
mean
him.
he's amazing, and he's not.
No,
saying he's
I'm not
amazing,
saying he's amazing. What I'm saying is,
Bielsa
if he had
played him all the
a trick,
time.
if he had a trick,
Yeah.
the trick becomes dead easy to deal with if the fullback isn't going past him every time.
Do you think? Yeah, let me ask you this. Like, do you think if Unai Emery coming to Everton now was with these players, right? Do you think he would still say to both of his fullbacks, "You can't cross the halfway line"? One of them would be really
always
high.
the job would be create space
Create
and an
space.
overload on one side all the time.
And that would really see my thing with Jack Harrison. And people go, "Stop defending him." Right? I want all my players to play brilliant. If Michael Keane's in the team tomorrow, I want him to have a stormer. Right? That's my default position. I'm not one of these that's fucking will be screaming and go, "I hope he's crap." And I want him to. I want Sean Dyche to win tomorrow. I want Everton to win tomorrow. Right? But you have to look at getting the best out of those players. Jack Harrison can play on the right.
Yeah.
He can play on the right-hand side, right? But he's more effective on the right-hand side when he's got a fullback racing down, creating space for him, so he can either come back in on his right or he gets half a yard with his right. Jack Harrison is better on the left-hand side. Bielsa played him predominantly off the left-hand side because he can cross a ball. He's got a nice left foot on him. He can cross a ball. But he's going to be least effective if you ain't got a fullback running. Most wingers are. Most wingers, unless you are the very top percent. But Mo Salah had a lad playing behind him who isn't a right back, as everyone knows, because he can't defend. But he's incredible with the football, which is Trent Alexander-Arnold. Conor Bradley, for them, flies on, and that gives Salah, and Salah's devastating when he comes inside. But the best sort of inverted wingers are better because fullbacks go on the outside of them. We don't do that. Dwight McNeil would be better on the left, a bit better. He's better, in my opinion, where he's playing. But it would be a bit more effective on the left if he had the fullback that went, because the defender goes, do I go to McNeil or do I have to go with the runner? You've got to go with the runner. And that means Dwight McNeil then gets half a yard of space and then he can put a delivery in. Your fullbacks, look at what we were like with Pienaar and Baines. They were unbelievable. Pienaar had just wait. He always got the pre-assisted and he'd slide Baines in. Baines and we'd score. City were brilliant at it. City do it, don't they? When Doku's got someone who runs on the outside, he's more effective. Otherwise, he keeps just turning back, doesn't he? We've seen it with Mara, people like that. So the best are doing it, and I'm not saying Everton can play like Man City, of course, I'm not. But you've got to give anyone you get, put them in conditions where they've been thriving, unless they are Messi, who is just, phenomenal. No, it's no thing. Whether you like Amadou Onana or you don't like Amadou Onana, what he's saying right now is he can't wait to get into work every day, to work with the coach, because the coach is making him better. He's thriving in Villa's team. Iwobi said it when he went. Damari Gray said it when he left. Gone to a team where we play football. These players aren't just walking out the door going, let's all say the same thing, lads. They're saying it because they're going where those clubs are trying to use. Damari Gray, whatever I'm not saying, oh God, we'd be better with him. Well, he might be, but they're going to clubs that are trying to use them, right? So it doesn't matter if it's Sean Dyche, because I don't believe Lampard used players right. I don't believe Benitez did. It's just a weird thing that some managers have. It's like if you're buying a player, bringing a player in, even on loan, look at Lindstrom. Jesper Lindstrom's best performances are in the number 10 role, where he was at his best, where Liverpool were very interested in him. And he went to Napoli, and Napoli went, oh yeah, we'll stick you on the right wing. And then he didn't do well, and Everton have gone, we'll stick you on the right wing. Illiman and Jai said himself his best position is in the number 10. It's where he was at his best. Marseille shoved them out on the wing and then went, you're not as good as we thought you were.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was playing here, mate, and you've put me here. And that, to me, I think a lot, not just Everton, this, by the way, I think a lot of clubs do it. I don't understand why. It's almost like...
It's been risk averse, isn't it? It's just being risk averse. That's the simple fact. Everton are risk averse. That's why the fullbacks don't go over the halfway line. It's to protect what you've got, and anything else is a bonus. And the best teams throw caution to the wind and say we're gonna have a go at you. And yet sometimes that balance isn't there, and you can see goals and everyone kicks off, and I get that. But Everton last year, it was based on obviously the back four, but I remember what the back four having Branthwaite in it and not Michael Keane, and that's why it was so strong. And this season, you only have to look at of course, Branthwaite was forced out, but we all couldn't wait for him to come back. We all couldn't wait. We were all gutted when he got injured after the Palace game, and people just want him back in the team because they know there will be a better level of defensive capability when he's in the team. So that helps. That will help Mykolenko. Mykolenko hasn't got the pace on that left-hand side to help him out now. He's got Michael Keane. There's no balance. So Mykolenko looks worse based off that as well. And it's all these knock-on effects through the team, all one by one. Good teams, good players in it, of course. It's all a knock-on effect. If you're an average player and you have a guy next to you who's really good, the difference it makes is unbelievable.
Of course it does.
And for me, the way we play is such a massive problem. People will look at it and say it's the players, but I believe it's the way you play, because you can have good players if you set them up like this and you stop them from doing what is the modern game essentially now. Fullbacks getting forward, midfielders covering space. It's counterproductive.
Yeah, I just think, Tom O'Reilly says Morales with Coleman bombing on and Pienaar with Baines bombing on. Our wide play was considered one of the best in the league. Well, it was, and Baines and Coleman sort of invented it in this league. Really. Not invented it, but you know what I mean. It highlighted how important it was, and City took it to a new level. Of course they did, but that was what got Everton loads and loads of success. I say success. Did Everton really, really well, didn't it? Success compared to what we should have done, maybe, because it is so important. Your fullbacks, you can't. I don't think you can just play that type of defensive football anymore. But the bigger point for me was again is where because we were asked about a goal scorer. There's no point bringing players in and then doing something totally different. Mathew got 2 in the Champions League the other night. Kareem Konate, I want Everton to get him, but Everton would get him, and kicking it long to him wouldn't work. And yet he's one of the brightest young striking talents in Europe. Yeah. Everton could go and get him and bring him. He honestly looks really good. You never know fully, of course you don't, but he looks really good. But if we got him and just kicked the ball long to him, people would assume we go, why have we bought him? Do you know what I mean? And it just doesn't really work, you know what I mean? Brian says, obviously informed and mature insight comes with age, the Brian's thing. Adam says, we got a point on Saturday, gravel throat will be dancing around East London. Of course he would. Tom says, I don't want Mourinho anywhere near another. I just read 2 comments and made them. I don't want Mashiri anywhere near another managerial appointment. I'm hoping Dyche can scrape a few points over the next few weeks. And then as soon as the Freegans are confirmed, they bring in a new Dolphin coach straight away. I don't think they would, though, would they? Not both of them. Blue Keeley says Patterson being too slow for right back belongs with Jay's jokes. Max says the Merseyside derby tomorrow. Everton Vikings says we could lose 3 or 4-0 and he wouldn't be sacked. But even if we win, he should be. I don't know, I wouldn't be 100% on that. But let's hope we win. It's the biggest thing, isn't it? Jay says, Ped, bold claim you could beat Young in a race. Do you actually do any running?
Now and again. Yeah. Now and again.
Max there says no to 3 at the back. More importantly, moving Jay into the middle. Brian says, now that winter is here, I hope Sean Dyche has a handkerchief with him. Bill says, once CFG are in, do you really think they'll accept these results and performances? No, really. I mean, they're in Italy. aren't they? They got beat again last night, Roma, and they're in Rome today, so I don't think Juric... I think they'll probably leave him for the weekend, and then there's an international break. I think he might be moved on then. Jake says, we are the most predictable team in the league and we take 0 chances. Even the team selection is predictable. There isn't a style of play or any partnerships in the team as we don't put 2 passes together. And Garrett says, Gary Barlow's son is a Dyche type player though. Defo looks like Dyche would throw him up with Keane for the last 10 minutes after subbing off the 2 strikers.
Yeah.
Go along to Barlow.
Give it to Barlow.
Give it to Barlow. He'll do it.
Yeah.
Tom O'Reilly says, come on, you Blues, let's pop those hammers, bubbles. Yeah. I haven't watched it, SR. I haven't watched it yet, but I will do with David Moyes. I will watch it. B says, we'd get Konate and ruin his reputation like all the others. Possibly. Right, we'll be on More Than a Game doing our Premier League predictions for tomorrow, well, for the weekend, in about 8 minutes. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. See you in 8 minutes.